and I'll write your name.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Waqattack with your host, Chaudhry Waqas. And this is our first show of 2017. Apologies for the delay. The show will normally be 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., but due to some technical mishaps, we're a bit late. That was Blank Space by Taylor Swift. I hope you guys are having a fascinating day. We haven't spoken to each other in approximately over a month, maybe even more than that. But we're back with some more news stories that will boggle your mind, and we're going to be introducing a new segment called Economics with our good friend Abu Ayyub from Qatar, if you remember him from previous episodes. And also we'll be looking at Pierre's travel logs. And so without further ado, let's get into our news stories of the day. And the first one is quite a fascinating one and quite scary if you're in the position of this particular individual. A girl was held at gunpoint because she refused to give up a chicken McNugget. Now this was, guess where it is? In America, particularly in New York City's Harlem. Now, fast food lovers are very in awe of the sheer badassery of this 13-year-old girl who smacked down a gun held by a boy, demanding she give him her McNugget. Now, one doesn't simply back away from giving their McNugget. They paid good money. They want the batter. They want that chicken. They want to love in it that chicken McNugget. And the 12-year-old told the police that the schoolmate asked her for the McNugget inside McDonald's in New York City's Harlem on Tuesday. Now, when she declined, he alleged her followed her to the subway station, whipped out a weapon, and held it to her head. Now, out of a lot of things that you might want to take from someone, a chicken McNugget is the least thing that you think that someone would shoot you over, but in America, crazy things happen, and this was a particularly crazy thing indeed. Now, even at gunpoint, this teen was so determined to have her chicken McNugget that she was like, I don't care, that gun doesn't scare me, the chicken nugget will protect me, and so she just whipped it out of his hand. And the police didn't recover the gun, but numerous witnesses reported seeing it, according to Huffington Post. And Huffington Post is a reliable post because it's got quite a posh middle name, Huffington, inside of it. Now, the boy was charged with a juvenile attempted robbery and is prosecuted in family court. Now, the next story is an example of how not to crash a wedding. I mean, we've all seen Wedding Crashers, and Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn will not be proud of what this maid of honor did, because she made this wedding extremely unforgettable, but not in the way you think it is. Now, Brian and Jennifer Butler will never forget their wedding day, but they probably would like to. This is because Amanda Willis, who is Jennifer's maid of honor, took away the focus of the bride after getting arrested for numerous charges, including, now this is a pretty long list, larceny, battery, grand theft auto, and violation of probation. Now this took place in another cuckoo town in the United States, Florida, where you're not short of having crazy things happen. You get stuff from zombies all the way down to maid of honors getting Grand Theft Auto on wedding days. Now, the bride told her that Willis, the maid of honor, drank an entire bottle of Fireball by herself and was drunk within 20 minutes of the actual wedding procedure. Now, firstly, of her many adventures that she undertook, she took the groom's car keys from her pocket and attempted to just whip away as if nothing happened. And she almost ran the groom over. Now, that is fascinating. She took a car, and then she's like, you know what? This ain't your special day. This is my special day. I'm gonna run you over. And he managed to stop the car eventually by grabbing the emergency brake. Someone managed to get in the car and managed to grab the emergency brake. Now, other guests started to wrestle her out of the car back into the reception. And she went back in there, grabbed a big bottle of Captain Morgan, and quote the bride, guzzled it, which is not the best choice of word, but that is what she said. And she told that they tried to calm her down, but she struck people continuously in the head. And deputies were brought to the scene to take her to custody, and now she is where she belongs, which is in jail. And she allegedly banged her head against the divider of the squad car. And Yeah, that is one wedding that they will remember for the rest of their lives. Our last news story comes to us from the Deutschland, and it is one of the most random things I have heard all week. It is basically a German man comes home and finds a brick wall blocking his door. Now, sometimes you just want to bang your head against a brick wall, especially when one has been mysteriously erected in front of your own front door. Now, this bizarre blockade was seen by a man in Mainhausen, Germany, and he saw this when he first came back from home on Monday morning. Now, Monday is not the best days to be finding a wall on your door because you just want to go home and you want to relax. And what's the worst thing you want to say? You can't even relax because there's a wall literally blocking your house. Now, the mortar on the bricks was dry enough that the man had to actually borrow an axe to smash through the wall to get through his front door, according to Hessenschau, a German website. Now, the wall was built by pranksters, but the police did not find it to be a prank or to be funny in any way. However, the policeman had an extremely funny quote to say. He said that it reminded him of the Berlin Wall, and he said that just like the Berlin Wall, this one went pretty quickly up too. And he added to this that it was no joke, even though he cracked a commendable one-liner. And police estimate that the damage was about only $523, but that's still a lot coming from a working-class person's paycheck. And they have no leads, but they suspect that they will have soon. Now, this is a classic story that someone unwraps at a bar and then ends very quickly with this, "That's what officer said." Now, there's two things we can take from this, which is, number one, the policeman has to go on tour for his cracking comedy jokes about Berlin Wall. That was fascinating. And secondly, the first ever live-action Brick Breaker game was just played in Germany, and it looked quite fantastic. Nothing like access to the brick walls. So that was our news stories of the day. Next up, we're going to be heading off to Provence, where we're going to be talking to Pierre about his travel journeys, and we'll find out where he was this time of the year. And then we're going to end up with economics with Abu Ayoub. You're listening to Waqattack. This is one of my favorite songs called I Know You Want Me by Pitbull. It is a classic. Enjoy.
It's Mr. 305 checking in for the remix.
This is Insanity Radio, 103.2 FM.
Reach out, touch faith.
Reach out and touch faith. That was Depeche Mode with Personal Jesus, because, you know, we all need Jesus in our lives. You're listening to The Waqattack Show, and now we're going to be taking a little journey to Provence en France to talk with our correspondent about his adventure. Now, how are you doing, Pierre? Oh, bonjour, monsieur. I am doing absolutely fantastic. How have you been today? It's been a long time. I have not met you in so long. I'm doing great, Pierre. It's nice talking to you. So, where have you been over the past few weeks? How was your Christmas holidays? Well, my friends, I went to the Dubai over my Christmas holidays because I was sick and tired of the cold that we had in Provence. I mean, Provence is beautiful dans le summer, but it was just freezing and cold, and I wanted to get away from it all. Because, you know, what is the exact opposite of greenery? A desert. Not a chocolate dessert, a desert with sand. And so I decided I pack my bag and I travel all the way to Dubai. And it was quite an adventurous adventure, I have to say. Now, first of all, I went to see what everybody goes to see there, the tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. Now, it was quite a tall tower with a bunch of fountains that were going about on the sides, and I was just thinking to myself that it's such a tall building. Do you really think they're compromising for something, or is they just building tall things for the fun of it? Now, the building was quite fancy. It was just literally a pointy, tall thing. It was magnificent, but, you know, you get used to seeing tall buildings. So I decided I'm gonna do something that I've never tried ever in my life. So I went to a place called Atlantis. Now, it sounds like quite an underwater place, but it was quite above water, except it was in water, and I went to swim with the dolphins. And the dolphin that they gave me was the alpha female. And what you had to do with the dolphin was you had to kiss the dolphin. It was supposed to be a nice photography session, and where you got to become intimate with the dolphin. So I did what the guards say, which was to kiss the dolphin in a particular way, not to harm it in any way sort of possible. So what I did was we were kissing the dolphin, and then I was sensing that the alpha male who was nearby was getting very jealous of Pierre over here, and I was quite scared because it's quite a big issue that dolphins can get angry. They can get jealous from what I've heard, and I did not want the dolphin to indulge in the act. I didn't want the dolphin to think that anything was going on, so I tried to back off. But the male dolphin, he seemed very fierce. He kept coming towards me, and I was very confused. I said, "I did not do anything to you, Mr. Dolphin. Why are you coming close to me?" And I at that mind, all weird things are going to your head, because when you're panicking, a lot of things are going to your head. So I thought the latest fact that I read on the Discovery Channel was that dolphin rape was on the rise. Yes, dolphin rape was on the rise. So I got scared. I said, "What do I do now? I'm about to get raped by a dolphin." So the guard came in, and he escorted me out. And that is the last time I am ever swimming with the dolphins ever again. That is not going to happen. And then, to make matters worse, I decided to go to a mall. Because, what harm could befall upon a Frenchman in a mall? So I went to the mall, and I heard they had an indoor ski place. So I said, you know what? I have skied down the Alps. I'll be perfectly fine in the ski place. So I decided to take the chairlift. Nothing wrong with the chairlift. I got the chairlift, and this chairlift, I swear to you, went so high, and it was at the highest peak it could possibly be. And guess what? They had a power failure, and I was stuck down the chairlift for at least 10 minutes. Now, I am quite a slender person. This chairlift had absolutely no seatbelt, so I was stuck there on the chair without a seatbelt, hanging on to the railing, hanging on to dear life, trying not to fall down. And the height, now I do not like the heights. I absolutely detest the heights. And I was at the top there, just screaming, like, why is this happening to me? I was about to get raped by a dolphin. Now I am in the chairlift, high. I could possibly fall any time. I mean, I'm a slender person. What if I fall down? So that traumatized me. So I thought, okay, I've had enough of Dubai. Let's go to another emirate. So the UAE is comprised of 7 emirates, but I only went to 2 emirates. The second emirate I went to was Abu Dhabi. Now I thought, okay, I came here to see the desert. I will see the desert. So I went to the desert. And the first thing that was on the list was a thing called Dune Bashing. Now, in the Dune Bashing, you get into a car with an Arab, and what they do is that they glide across the dunes, but they do so trying to ensure that they tilt the car completely over, but they pull out at the last second so that you don't completely fall. It was it was an interesting experience because I felt like I was going to tip over, but then I wasn't going to tip over. It was a state of constant denial when I was like, I have no idea what was actually going on. And after a 2-hour session of dune bashing where several of my colleagues started throwing up because apparently gliding through dunes when you're tilting in a car is not the most appealing things to a bunch of people. But me, I'm used to this kind of action. I felt quite cool. I enjoyed it. And then I went to the camel, because that's what you want to see in the desert, a camel. So I went to the camel. I wanted to ride a camel for my Instagram picture, as I haven't had a good Instagram picture in a while. I thought, I want to take a good Instagram picture. So I go to the guy, I said, Monsieur, can I please ride on the camel? And the guy surely replies, sure thing, but in Arabic. So I had no idea what he was saying, but I assume he was saying sure thing. He had quite a stern look on his face. And so I was about to go close to the camel, and I noticed he has something on his mouth. And I asked the guy, why does he have something on his mouth? And then he was like, in his accent, he was like, nothing. And I was like, okay. Turns out this camel has a tendency to have a fit every single time a Frenchman gets on his back. I mean, I'm not saying a Frenchman, but every single time a human being gets on his back, he just started going ooh like the camel do, and it was just like I don't even know what to say. So after the camel fit, I decided I'm going to have some lunch. And, that was alright. The lunch was alright. I mean, it's better than my usual escargot, avec the baguette, avec la vie. It's some nice food. It was alright. And then, I went to my car and I noticed the parking space. The Arab people, they tend to park in 2 parking spaces. Why would you do that? Over here, in every European country, you're supposed to take 1 parking space. This guy said, no, I will occupy 2 parking spaces. And he was stuck right in the middle. I mean, this is not two girls, 1 cup, my friend. This is like a 1 parking space. You have to take 1 parking space. Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. It seems that, Pierre, you've had a very interesting holiday. It seems quite traumatizing by what you said. Well, it was traumatizing, but it was an experience. I am the wiser now. I can tell my tales to the world. Tell them that I have been places and then I have experienced much, much more of the world that it has to offer. Because, you cannot live without a little chaos. You cannot live without a little chaos. That was Pierre speaking to us from Provence that he is safely in. And that was his very interesting tip to Dubai. Now, when we come back, we're going to be talking to Abu Ayoub about some economics. And, no, I'm not, I didn't, that wasn't a mistake. That is what it's called, economics. And next up, we have Vanessa Carlton with 1,000 Miles. And this song is a really nice, that was played in a movie called White Chicks. And every single time I listen to it, I keep thinking of Terry Crews shaking his bald head in a very entertaining fashion. So this is 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton.
This is Insanity Radio, 103.2 FM.
The Ting Tings, that's not my name. You're listening to The Waqattack Show with me, Chaudhry Waqas. Now, we're going to be talking to our correspondent who is from Qatar, living in Florida, but likes to go around, and it's called Abu Ayoub. Now, this is a new segment that we haven't tried before. It's called Economics. This is where we talk about the latest economic news as they unfold, and we try to see his take on it as a person who has, I think, some knowledge on economics and how the world works. So, Abu, how are you doing?
Hello everybody, my name is Dr. or Professor Abu Ayoub, and I am the Middle Eastern correspondent for the Waqattack Show.
Yes, thank you for introducing us to yourself, Abu. So what news do you have for us today?
Now today our news topic is about the pound. Now the pound has fallen below the euro. Now this is something that is the cause of Brexit. I am sure of it. It is the cause of Brexit. Now, against today, the US dollar, the pound is 30% below its average. This is quite a scary thing, might I add. Now, I was always the one who said that Brexit should not happen. Why is Brexit even happening? Now, it boggles my mind. I think we should work together rather than to build walls. Because when we build walls, what happens is that the pound keeps falling down. Now, I wanted to go to meet friend Pierre in France. Now, I cannot meet Pierre because the euro is so low. I mean, not the euro is high, which means that my pounds will not go a long way. I wanted to have a nice star dinner at a Michelin star restaurant, and now I cannot have that because of the pound going down, and now it costs almost the same as the euro. Now that is, it is very irritating for me because I have planned an entire holiday, and now I think it is going to go to waste. So I am extremely furious at this. Now, the cause of this has to be Brexit, but it could be a variety of other things. But it has to be primarily Brexit. So that was one of the things. Wait. Hold on. The pound has gone back up, Abu. It's gone back up again. It is still above the euro. This is just the pound has gone up. It is now
above the euro. Now, this stuff happens all the time, especially in terms of like currency. It goes up and down. Different things happen. Different things go up and down. Now, this was apparently due to Theresa May's speech. And now, Abu, the pound's back. What do you have to say about that? Look, man, I did B.Tech economics. Now, as far as I was concerned, the pound went down. It was never going to recover. They did not teach us falling and increasing in B.Tech economics. I apologize for this, but despite my lack of credibility, I have to say that I have an analogy to describe this Brexit. I think Brexit is like an STD, not any STD, a particular STD by the name of herpes. Now, the reason why I call it as it is herpes is because you do not see its effects quite a lot. But when you do, it is very scary and frankly, it is very disturbing. Nobody wants to see herpes on their face. So this is just like Brexit. Most of the time, you do not see the problem. But when you do see the problem, it is, oh my god, that is scary. I do not want to see that. Get it away from me, please. Now, that you kind of ruined my fun here, my friend, because that is all I was going to talk about. Like, I thought I could have an entire segment about talking about how the pound fell and how I can just ditch over Brexit. You know, you just ruined the fun. Thank you, Obama. I mean, I can't even see that is so. I can't even use that again. Now that he's gonna be going like tomorrow. So what am I going to say? Thank you, Trump. That does not sound catchy. Obama, come. I mean, like, I cannot even say thanks, Obama anymore. This is a very sad day. What do I do? Abu, chill, man. It's gonna be all right. Everything will be fine. The pound's going back up. There's gonna be a nice, diverse change in the White House. We're gonna have a nice little tangerine president. Everything's gonna be all right. I mean, I'm not concerned about the tangerine being president. I just do not like that I cannot say the phrase anymore. You can always use the phrase. There's never enough. I mean, the stuff that Obama did, it will last for ages. You can always say thanks, Obama. No, man, it is not the same. I cannot say thanks, Obama, anymore. This is sad. But I am happy that I can actually go on my French holiday right now, so that is what I'm going to do. What side do you recommend, my friend? Because I was thinking of going on EasyJet, but I've heard not many good things about it. Well, I would go EasyJet. EasyJet isn't too bad. It's like, you can get flights from Gatwick, you get in, get out. It's a pretty decent flight. I mean, especially if you're going to France, you don't spend that much money, do you? No, my friend, I do not want to spend that much money, but I want to fly a plane without, getting nauseous and without, like, the air hostess banging my head, I do not like that things. That I want to have a nice, calm flight all the way to France. So, EasyJet the way to go? Dude, this is the easy generation. We gotta go on EasyJet. You gotta do EasyJet because you can't do anything else. Okay, my friend, I will talk to you later. I will book my tickets on EasyJet and I will see Pierre there and hopefully we can share this over a nice cup of wine. And that was economics. Hopefully this guy will not ruin the fun next time. We will talk about much more things because he just literally, that was all I had today, which was talking about how the pound fell, and I was just literally going to rally about that, but I guess that is not going to happen today. Alright, Abu, nice talking to you. This was economics with Abu Ayyub, where he found out that stuff goes up, stuff goes down, and he wasn't aware that the stuff went back up again. He was too busy about the negativities going down. Now that's a life lesson. When things go down, don't assume that they won't go up, because they will go up. Eventually, they could be rapidly. It could take Theresa May's speech to make them go back up, but they will go back up eventually. All bad things must come to an end, and positivity shall rise. Now, and I'd like to add to the positivity, we're going to be listening to a very positive artist by the name of Shuggy. He is from Jamaica, and every single time he sings a song, or he's in his music videos, he is always smiling. I mean, sure, he's surrounded by a lot of very attractive females, but that is to rest the case that this guy is always smiling, and there is a reason why they call him Mr. Bombastic. This is Mr. Bombastic, Shuggy.
Mr. Bombastic. We want some bombastic, romantic, fantastic lover.
This is Insanity Radio, 103.2 FM.
¡Dame tu mano! Y venga conmigo. Vámonos al viaje para buscar los sonidos mágicos de Ecuador.
Sash Feet Rodriguez, Ecuador. That was a very nice song from Ecuador in South America. That song always pumps me up. I don't know, something about South American cities and classic EDM dance music that just keeps the blood pumping. You're listening to Waqattack with your host, Chaudhry Waqas. Now, we're in the closing half of our show, and this was our first show of 2017, and we're like banging like Jan 19th now, so it's a bit of a delayed start. Apologies for that, and also apologies for the slight issues that we had, which caused the show to start a bit later than usual. Now, the show aims to entertain you through, hopefully, you comedic background and feel good music, but that was the reason why it was a bit delayed, was because the music that I intended to play did not go as well, because apparently that you cannot put YouTube songs on the radio. That's not how it works. But despite that, the show must go on. And these tracks did a pretty good job of making y'all feel good. We start off with a little bit Tay-Tay, and we're gonna end off with a classic that I shall reveal. But the Waqattack will appear every Thursdays, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. to brighten up your day, your afternoon, whether you had a good day, whether you had a bad day. The aim of the show is to make sure that you feel good by the end of the day. Or at least just, put a smile on your face. Not like the Joker. We're not going to force a shank upon your mouth and then say, have a nice day, or like put a smile on the face. We're going to gently do it in a gentle manner. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed today's Waqattack. And I'm your host, Chaudhry Waqas, signing off. Until next Thursday, I shall see you guys at 3 p.m. Have a lovely Thursday afternoon and the rest of the week. And go hard on the weekend. Have fun, y'all. This is Rick Astley with Never Gonna Give You Up. Never Gonna Give You Up. Here you go. Have a nice day.